Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thank you for joining us in our search for the Jetpack here in Grand Theft Auto 5. My name's RJ. Today I am joined by Corey. How's it going, Corey?
Going good, man. I'm definitely excited to see what today's video holds for the Jetpack hunt. I've been following along for quite a while now, and of course I've been playing GTA 5 myself. I just finished up 100% in single player on the PS3.
Yeah, Corey's got us covered on the PS3 angle of the game. We don't really expect too much differences between the 360 version and the PS3 version, but nevertheless, we definitely have to make sure we have both games covered. Corey, of course, is scouring the land for any clues, especially because this is the first video that we're making post High Life update. You downloaded that yourself, right, Corey?
Yeah, I did. As I mentioned, I just recently finished up 100% in single player. So last night, actually, I jumped into GTA Online for the first time with the High Life update and all the other updates. And man, I'm really enjoying it thus far.
Nice. Yep, we'll definitely keep an eye out, Corey, as I know you are, and we definitely have to scour everything post this update because you never really know what Rockstar added into the game. One thing I want to announce right after the bat is one of the more popular Jetpack hunters, Chromo. He has found apparently some more coding in the game. I know we said that it is confirmed that there has been some Jetpack coding found, and apparently he found even more that was added with the newest updates. So perhaps that is just more proof that it is actually in the game right now. Who knows when they actually will give it to us? But the fact that they're expanding on it is very strange. Especially with them not really telling us anything, unless the information is just false. Then there's definitely a lot to lead us to believe that it will be in the game here pretty soon. I will put a link in the description to Chromo's page, and of course he'll tell you, and you can hear it straight from the horse's mouth, exactly what he's talking about, as far as finding the new coding in the game, the new strings. Definitely make sure you guys check that out. A couple things I want to look at here in the Observatory as we are exploring San Andreas here post-update. One thing I haven't pointed out on my channel, even though, everybody else probably has seen this in their travels, is the little orb found outside of the observatory. First of all, the observatory area in general just screams suspicion here. A lot of us seem to think that this would be a good area for us to find a jetpack or something else, who knows. We are trying to, search for the stars, shoot for the stars, and praise the sun. But this, if you guys haven't noticed, is definitely in the shape of another eye, so it's hard to see it from this angle, and it actually casts a shadow. I know that the sun is now officially gone down, so it's really hard for us to see it, but that is another eye symbol, and it simply casts the shadow, which really makes it stand out as an eye. Perhaps this, acting as a sundial, maybe needs to be pointing in the right direction. I think I'll show that off in another video once we actually figure out perhaps the best direction for the actual shadow to be pointing, but that's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. Perhaps that is one of the links to getting inside the observatory. Another thing that's really cool over here is you have this elevator. One thing that we've been highly suspicious of there at the Fort Zancudo base is the elevator that leads us to believe it brings us to an underground level. I think it's pretty obvious here, Corey. This elevator's not going up, that's for sure. Definitely going down. And this is actually a real-life elevator that you can find at the Los Angeles Observatory. I believe it's called the Griffith Observatory. And yeah, perhaps this is another elevator that might open at some point. And one thing I do need to point out is you have the satellite on the top there that actually points directly towards that orb. It's an interesting place for it to be pointing towards, right, Corey?
It's definitely very interesting to me. It'll be interesting to see what sort of things we can come up with that, with the sun setting and rising mechanic.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rockstar has paid a lot of attention to that, and the fact that, of of course, see one of the UFOs, it has to be storming and at 3 a.m. So maybe that has something to do with the jetpack hunt that we're on right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll just check out the observatory here real quick, and then we are actually going to attempt, for the first time since actually getting this update, we are going to try to be abducted by one of the UFOs using the space stalker. We'll head over to the hippie camp after I show off a couple more things here at the observatory area. First of all, I always kind of thought this was suspicious here, how it points out this telescope. I mean, there are a lot of different telescopes here, but it seems to be pointing us towards this telescope right here. Perhaps this one is the one you need to look at the sun in, maybe when it's over here setting. Now, I've had a couple people tell me that they've used a telescope to look into the sun, and it looked exactly like an eye. Now, I have not been able to recreate that myself, but, you know, one of the major clues here, Corey, is telling us to see the eye, so, you know, that would be a cool way to see the eye, by using the telescope to zoom in on the sun. I tried it. It's certainly pretty interesting looking, but nothing that stands out as an eye itself to me. You know, definitely drop your comments, guys. Let me know if you've seen anything, as I've had multiple people mention that to me, but I just have not really seen it myself. One last thing we'll kind of look at here at the observatory, and there's a ton of things we can point out, is just the shape over here. Probably would have been good for me to bring the helicopter to get on the roof easier, but the shape of this area right here is in the same shape of the Zancudo UFO. Now, this is a pretty constant shape that we've seen around the game, so you can't really tell for certain if they're trying to reference that UFO. But it's an interesting place for it to be on top of the observatory here, centralized. You know, maybe we can cast a shadow in this direction. Corey, I don't know if you've seen this door in your travels, but this is definitely a kind of a suspicious door here. A lot of really crazy symbols, and doesn't this just seem like a door that would eventually open up and perhaps lead us to some secrets inside the observatory? I mean, what do you think?
It really does, man. It's compared to all of the other doors in the game, as you have mentioned. It's very ornate and detailed.
Mm-hmm. One thing I do want to mention here before we go attempt to get abducted is that they have added new horns into the game. Very interesting. Basically, if you go to Los Santos Customs and, you know, you can change the horn for your custom vehicle there, they added the do, re, mi, fa, sol, li, basically the scale there. Here's Michael. Come on, buddy. We need your Epsilon outfit to possibly contact the aliens here. Why is he not following me? Damn it. So that's just something I want to point out. Maybe those horns have something to do with contacting an alien, or who knows what, a UFO. It's just odd that they would add those horns. Come on, buddy. Another thing I'll point out is they added with this update a new select menu feature. So if you hold select, it brings up a menu. Now, it looks like I cannot do it while I guess I'm technically in a mission because I'm with Michael here. Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick stop here with Michael to show you the new select menu that they added with the High Life update. Basically, you just hold select and it brings up this little menu where you can put in a quick GPS spot and a couple different things. The one thing that I find interesting is if you go into inventory, you can now change your hats, glasses, and masks. And the one that stands out to me is the masks, because now you can get in there and put on your Space Monkey mask whenever you want. Once again, you know, why is it a Space Monkey? Does that have something to do with the UFOs and aliens, which of course also come from space? Alright, we are over here at the satellite array. As you guys know, all of the satellites seem to be pointing at a certain direction except for the one in the middle, which I don't know if it's broken or what. It definitely is certainly pointing in a different direction than the others. So this will be our first attempt to signal the UFOs. possibly even get abducted since downloading the High Life update. Now, Corey, I know you had recently finished up getting all the tracks there in the Epsilon missions. You noticed something that you think might be significant here in the Jetpack hunt, or who knows what else that we can find. What can you tell us about your discovery?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, I recently found all the 10 known Epsilon tracks in the game. And something that stood out to me was, I believe her name's Marnie, the Epsilon member. She sends a text message to you after you find them all. And I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but I believe it said something to the effect of, "The truth so simple yet complex, that we fear you may not have acquired the technology to understand it. Equip yourself with all the powerful tools and knowledge at www.epsilonprogram.com. But remember, if you know nothing, then you know everything." And that really just, obviously, whenever I saw it, I sent you a picture of it, a text message immediately.
Yeah.
And, it just really stood out to me. Of course, I got this game a little bit later than most people, so I will admit that I played through the game kind of with the entire Chiliad mystery, Jetpack hunt in mind.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that really just stood right out to me. Maybe it could be something, if it is relating to the Jetpack perhaps, that this truth, which is so simple yet complex, maybe that's, acquired, let's see, it goes on to say, "You fear you may not have acquired the technology to understand it." Maybe, something that has been speculated is that GTA 5 will eventually see a next-gen release. So maybe they could be, if we want to get really crazy with it, maybe they're trying to say that the Jetpack will be next-gen release exclusive. Or maybe it's trying to say that, all these clues that are all pointing towards all this stuff, they basically amount to nothing. And that it's a really, really simple means of unlocking it, perhaps. I don't know.
Really interesting theory, Corey. I remember the first time I saw that, I was highly suspicious, and we've had a lot of people drop their comments here at the channel also, of course, with those sentiments that there's got to be something going on with that phrase. You never know. We definitely have to look at it, though, and definitely a good thing to point out there, Corey. I like that theory. I hope you're not right, even though we do plan on getting the next-gen version of GTA 5, which we believe will be released sometime before March next year. The boys there at CVG actually talked about that. Make sure you go check out their latest episode of GTA 5 O'Clock. But they definitely think that the next-gen version will be released before March next year. And if you are right, then that could be a good selling point. That's for damn sure. Now, we are over here at the Alien Hippie Camp. It is 3:48 here, almost 4 o'clock. Of course, anytime after 3, really to 6 is, the time of mystery here in GTA 5. We're going to try to get abducted. Now, a lot of people have told me that this arrow, this red arrow that points towards, as you can see right there, the UFO on top of the station wagon, but also this red table here as well. So let's go ahead and maybe let's just get this thing on this table. Let's attempt to do some horns here. Man, you'd think it would probably work right away, Corey, but unfortunately the horns don't seem to be doing the trick. I think there's only one thing left for us to do, Corey. Let's go ahead and blow this thing up, and maybe that will be the missing link in signaling the UFO that is currently directly overhead us right now. Now, whether that UFO is controlled by aliens or possibly the FIB, it does say FIB on the top, so that is also very mysterious. But let's go ahead and do this. Let's blow up the space docker It seems to be useless at this point, but maybe there's something we don't know about it. Fire in the hole. Nothing seemed to happen, Corey. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe, perhaps here at the hippie camp, maybe this is not the proper place to bring the space docker, if the space docker does have anything to do with unlocking the jetpack, or any other yet-to-be-found mysteries in the game. Maybe we'll have to keep checking out other locations here in the game, of course, after the High Life update, and really go through and thoroughly search to see if Rockstar has added anything right under our noses.
Yeah. We will definitely check out everything. I'm sure you guys are looking pretty hard as well now that we have the High Life update. Of course, once again, are they telling us High Life because they want us to be high in the sky with the jetpack? That is certainly a possibility. As you can see, it says beam me up right here, so it's not too far-fetched to think this is the area where we would be sucked into the FIB UFO, but right now it doesn't seem to work. Let me know what you guys think. I know that was one of a couple of your theories that we just tried today. Maybe we did something a little bit off. Let us know what we should change up. We definitely appreciate y'all watching the episode. Make sure to stay tuned to the Jetpack search here at GTA 5. Corey, I know you got the PS3 version on lockdown. You are checking things out daily, so if any of you guys are on the PS3, I know that a lot of you are on the PlayStation there, so make sure to let Corey know what you think he should check out. Don't give up on the search, guys. We're going to come across something eventually. I promise you that. So, I'm RJ for Corey. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Take it out, Corey.
Alright, guys, make sure, like RJ said, like, share, subscribe, and stay trippy, and keep staying tuned, and we'll have some more GTA action coming up for you real soon.